I've got Samson Oloyede right here in the studio where we'll be talking sports and everything sports this morning.
It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, let's head straight to what it is. There's this, you know, so far we've had more like an affiliation with the La Liga, talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League and La Liga in Spain. And there was an under-15 tournament that kicked off yesterday. This is more like a grassroots tournament to bring out these young talents. We've seen most of these young guys emerge from these kind of competitions, even outside the shores of the country, and they grew up to become great players out. For example, Lionel Messi, he grew from the ranks as well, and now he's one of the best players in the world. So far, I've been bringing up grassroots football. Can you actually mention 5 players, or can you proudly say there are 5 players or more than 5 players that we've been able to pick out from tournaments like this?
Well, a handful, but have they hit that expected heights? It's, you know, yet to be seen. You can easily make mention of Abib Makonjola, you know, who grew through the ranks, was part of the Under-17 World Cup winning squad, got signed to Chelsea's academy, at some point left for Leicester City. But how far or how well has he fared ever since, you know, it raises questions. The thing with the grassroots football is it exposes these talents, you know, it puts them out there. But after the competition, after the tournament, what comes up next in terms of managing them? In terms of ensuring that they're on the right track, they don't get lost in the fame or the little wealth that comes around afterwards.
True.
You know, that's where questions would want to arise from. But it's always good when you have initiatives that promote grassroots football, that encourages the young ones to exhibit what they've got. It's always good. And you know, when La Liga came on board with the LMC, you know, the NPFl, there were always concerns as regards how was the partnership going to, you know, affect or influence the game of football here in Nigeria. And apparently it's with the grassroots. So it's been a very good one, But let's see how far the players can come.
Talking about this one, it happened in about 4 centers, talking about the under-15 tournament. And from the results from yesterday, day 1 results, ABS, who are supposed to be the defending champions of this one, they lost to Kano Pillars 3-1. There was also Lobby Stars defeating Gombe by 1-0. Heartland defeated Enyimba by 4-1. And Sunshine Stars lost at home to Delta Force 3-2. Benel Insurance were 4-0 winners against Abia Warriors, and Remo Stars lost 2-1 to Akwa United. Talking about the NPFl La Liga under-15 tournament. And hopefully, because I saw some seasons back, we saw some of the NPFl teams going to, I think it was a 4-team tournament in the La Liga, and it was a good one for some of those teams. Well, the result on your screen is actually the Nigerian Professional Football League. A game was played yesterday between Lobby Stars and Sunshine Stars, and well, the home team actually won that one. Lobby Stars defeating Sunshine Stars by 1-0, picking up 3 points in that one. My fear is not even this game. Lobby Stars are currently 4th on the table with 20 points, and they have about 2 outstanding games. But their next fixture are tough fixtures. One against MFM, the other against Enyimba.
Yes, tough fixtures, but they're winnable. We saw MFM drop points, you know, to Kwara United away from home. That was not expected. We saw Enyimba as well, even at home, drop points to Insurance. So the games that they can win, the games that they can easily get, you know, at least a draw, especially the one away from home. But you look at it, it's still momentum Lobby Stars, 4th on the log right now. They have 2 games outstanding, and those at the top will still crumble in between. You know, so the final run in the last 8 games of the season will be very decisive in terms of who comes first, second, or third, fourth, you know, just trying to push for continental spots.
Well, looking at that one, MFM play at home at their Gigi Stadium, so it's more advantage to the home team. And if MFM pick that victory against Lobby Stars, it further widens the gap to 7 points.
Definitely.
So it looks more difficult for Lobby.
Just about 3 weeks ago, Enyimba came down to the soccer temple at Agege and picked the points. They played a 1-1 draw against MFM. So it's very possible for Lobby Stars to get it. Now they don't have excuses of continental commitments. So the entire focus has to be on, you know, the league itself. And you look at it, they've been fortunate with injuries. You know, it's not like they've gone through some injury crisis in recent times. So they can easily have their full squad, the full strength, and try as much as possible to get things going.
Well, going into the international scene, and of course it was all about the international friendly game between Super Falcons of Nigeria and Canada. That game, I thought, because we were playing against the number 5 in the world, the 5th best ranked team in the world when it comes to female football, and I thought it was going to be a demolition for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. But I would say the ladies gave a good account of themselves. Desire Paranozie getting I wish we could actually show that video, but the quality isn't clear. I would have loved you to see how Desire Paranozie, I don't know what to call that dribble. She ended the career of a Canadian defender. But that game ended 2-1. I thought it was going to be a mauling for the Super Falcons of Nigeria.
Let me start with the tussle between Oparanozie and the defender in question. They've had, prior to the goal, Oparanozie's goal, they've had confrontations on the field of play. And it emanated from an elbow that was thrown by the defender, which, both players complained about. And it seemed like the arguments were not going to stop before the goal came in, and
so
that goal was
it was a career-ending one.
But it also showed you the confidence in her ability. She could have taken with the left leg. She could have taken the shot. She calmly, controlled the ball, allowed the defender slide over, and she just scored the beautiful corner with the right leg. Now, 2-1 it ended. Yes, a defeat, but beyond the rankings, Canada is a very top football side in terms of women's football, beyond being ranked number 5 in the world. We've seen Canada make it to the quarterfinals, even push for the semifinals at the World Cup stage. So if you have such an opposition, and you're able to limit the defeat to just a goal margin, it shows you that it shows you how far we've grown from the 8-0 demolition
from France.
that France, handed to us. And it gives you confidence going forward. It gives you confidence going forward. I saw the Canadian team. It was almost their full strength team as well. So it wasn't just a friendly match that they took with levity. No, it was a very good test. And kudos to the NFF who promised grade A friendlies, and they've delivered that.
Very true. And for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, we're looking forward to the World Cup. And something tells me, no, not that we're going to win the cup, but I just feel like we're going to have a better tournament at this time around. Talking about
let's get out of the group stages first.
I think we will. I think we will get out of the group stage. It's a tough one, but let's see how things turn out for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Let's head straight to the NBA and enjoy the best plays coming from the NBA.